Let's talk about structure and plot. I'm Alida Winternheimer, your writing coach and instructor at Storyworks Fiction. Understanding story structure is hugely beneficial to crafting a plot. Here's why. 1. The old adage that you need to know the rules before you can break them is true. The three-act structure is fundamental to storytelling. Anything else is a variation on that basic form. Just as every house will have a foundation, walls, and a roof, yet there are countless varieties of houses out there, from the basic design style, like bungalow, neoclassical, to the tiniest detail of interior decoration. So too will every long-form story begin with the three-act structure and build its special qualities through specificity and detail. The three-act structure defines your construction as a story. The rest is up to you. The many additional layers or design elements that you get to artfully craft will shape the kind of story you're telling. You know, bungalow, neoclassical. 2. The three-act structure provides place markers that are already tried and true for universal story elements. Those elements are easily understood in relation to each other and the whole when placed on the frame of the three-act structure. You can even graph them on paper. This does not mean you get formulaic in your execution of storycraft. Far from it. It means you'll have a tool for seeing there, on the graph you've drawn, how the story you're drafting is working, how the elements of each act are functioning in relationship to each other. I know when I write, my attention is on the scene I'm writing. If I want to assess the whole, laying out my story in a visible framework gives me the perspective I need to make the best creative choices. 3. By mastering the three-act structure, you'll be able to quickly gauge whether your plot is working, and if not, where the problem lies. The foundational structure can be applied before you write, like a blueprint, and it can be applied later, as an assessment tool. Often, we know something has gone wrong in a draft, but we're too close to the words on the page to see the problem. But when you understand structure, you can take a step back and perform a sort of systems check, looking over the whole. By identifying each critical story element and calling it out by name, you'll quickly spot holes or see when one of those elements isn't doing its share of the heavy lifting. Remember, Act 1 is all about introductions and setup. Act 2 is all about rising stakes and tension. Act 3 is all about the climax and resolution. Just a couple of weeks ago, Catherine and I workshopped her Act 1 problems on the Storyworks Roundtable, podcast episode 140. I'll link to it in the notes. If you'd like to learn more about Act 1 and some of its inherent pitfalls, check out that show. In my Plot Masterclass, I cover story structure and all the critical elements that go into each act. Plot, You Are the Master of Your Story is an 8-week workshop with a live classroom. That means I'll be there every step of your way, teaching you on live calls, answering your questions in real time, engaging with you in the student forum, and you'll have access to me through my best personal email. This is no, here's a video, good luck, online class. This is an MFA level workshop with an experienced classroom instructor. You'll also engage with your peers in the student forum, sharing work and feedback while making new connections in the writing community. If you want to learn more about the course content, I've got it all for you at storyworksfiction.com. Just follow the link below. I'm looking forward to meeting you.